What's going on, everybody? We got more repairs to do today. I'm just jumping right into it immediately. God, I bet that's so loud. I'm so sorry. Turn that down a little bit. Oops. I guess only people watching live are going to see that, so we'll probably dodge that bullet. How's my mic is all the way... Where the hell's my... Why is my mic over there? It was just hanging out. Just chilling. Alright. Let's get some gloves on. Oh. Working on a 3A little sister, hopefully, for the final freaking day. She's almost completely done. The only thing that's missing right now is... Or I guess there's not missing. The only thing that needs to be done is right where we ended last time. I haven't done any work on her since. And it's right here. We're going to be... Jesus Christ. Couldn't even get to my explanation. On the ball. Thank you, sir. So that's right. So yeah, we're gonna get this out of here. Drink that water. It's good for you. It's what your body craves. I need to trim this damn sandpaper down too. That's gross. Let's get rid of this junk. There we go. Waste not, want not. There we go. Bye. Let's get to it. I'm gonna put the sandpaper out of the way. I'm about to change. Oh, you know what? I have been changing things up. I can actually reach my sandpaper. It's at arm's reach now, and that is amazing. We like that. Okay, I'm gonna see if this worked. We'll see how well this worked from last time. And see if we can't... I can't see shit, actually. There we go. There we go. Maybe that'll work. Yeah. Let's see, we'll just put our water bowl here for right now, since we don't exactly need that. I think that looks good. That'll be fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'm good with that. Put on the peepers. You got to put the peepers on. What's up, Miguel? How you doing today, man? Good to see you as always. As always now. All right, we're getting back to our little sister here. Afraid of heights. I love doing the live streams on Twitch. Now that I've figured out how to avoid copyright strikes, it's so good. How you doing, Panda? I'm doing all right. I'm gonna get to work on this where we stopped last time. Last time, if you remember, or if anybody was here for it, we had lined the these screw sockets in here essentially with some petroleum jelly, and then we inserted we smooshed in a bunch of what is it? Sculpt. Let's see if I can make my chat a little larger here. Hang on. Just give me the... Damn it. It's being funny with me. I'm trying to grab it. won't let me. As soon as I hover over it, it just shows it for a second and then goes away whenever... Come on now. There you are. Alright. There it is. There's the sugar. There it is. It will not let me do it. I need to clear off this area over here so I can put up my other screen, so I can put a dedicated chat on it. I wonder. I wonder if it'll fit over there as is if I just move some junk out of the way. Might have to. It's Tinker time. It's funny you say that. If you've seen any of these plunderlings, they actually have like different kind of, I don't know how you'd put it, different classes. Not just the sizes of the figures, but like, you know, kind of what they do and whatnot. And the ones that repair and fix and do all that stuff, they're actually called Tinker and then their name. And this is Tinker Rusty. So, oh, which actually reminds me, I can fix his head now. I did Dremel it out. Some of these like came in a little too tight. They're just a little too tight. And now with my, since my buddy Casting Cave taught me how to use this UV resin stuff, we could fix that real quick. While I'm moving stuff around here, let's do that. Let's do that just to start off the day a little bit, you know. Let's do a little bit of that. We gonna put a little bit on there. Pop that head on. Go all the way around with it. Pop it back off so it's all, got it nicely coated. I should just call these UV streams at this point. That's like all I do. That's not true, but it's a big deal of it. A big part of it. Tell you what, we'll take a break later on, and I'll try to see if I can't put a bigger screen over here, because that's going to be a lot of work. Something I probably should have thought about before I started. Let's pop this head back on, see what happens. Immediately better.
I think it's time
that
to
freaking easy. Let's lock in then. Let's do it. Let me get rid of this. Fix that so quick. That was insane. Still working on that dang figure? Yep. Dude, this has been a shit ton of work. It's been crazy how much work this thing has been. And also, it seems like I've been working on it for a really long time when I only work on it during streams. I haven't had time off of streams to do anything else. So, let's see if these will actually pop out. I don't know if they will, because I kind of, when I did all the sculpting on the outside here, kind of blended it in really well. But, so it might be a little more snug than we wanted, which is fine. And if we do any damage to the sculpt on the bottom here, that's going to be totally fine, because this isn't going to even stay here. A lot of this has to be cut away because the screw actually has to fit in there. But I want to see if we can't push this out. Yeah, UV rays never keep a secret. That's funny. Well, that's really in there. So we might have to loosen it up from the top, which is what I didn't really want to do. But it's also something we could have avoided last time. Like I said, I'm not an excellent sculptor. But what we could have done is probably kind of worked around the edges here. And I imagine these are going to be really thin, just because I kind of pressed them down to kind of blend them in. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Each one of these is a learning activity for me too. Let's see if we can't kind of carefully get under the sculpt. Just kind of work this thing out a little bit. Alright, so we've kind of got the edges here lifted a little bit. Let's see if we can't go in back from the other side. See if this will push out. Man, it's really in there. Alright, well, we'll just do a little bit more work. I'm going to kind of crack up, though, if, like, I ended up having to, like... Imagine if I did, like, Dremel these out, too. I'd be like, God, this is exactly what I wanted to avoid! Nah, it'd be alright. And the cool thing, too, is that we can kind of... You can kind of dig into the side a little bit of it, since this is just a cap. The whole point of it is just a cap. There we go. Not too bad, really. That wasn't too bad. Plus, we have to sand this thing down. But you can also see how this made like this nice little impression as well. Like there's like a little ring right there, which you can see on the inside of here. But that's what I was talking about last time. How you can use these to essentially make old school kind of molds casts, essentially. It's like a UV light. It's like a bad hookup. Sometimes can leave you burnt with marks and you regret not using proper protection. Well, I hope not. It hasn't burned me yet. God, what are you fixing? I am almost finished with a 3A, 3-0 Little Sister from BioShock. We had to reattach the shoulder bits here. So now these are good to go. We also had to, well, we didn't have to, but the whole point of this repair when it came in was it needed a elbow repaired because the elbow broke. And as I was getting into this thing trying to fix it, like this shoulder broke, this shoulder broke. One of these might have already been broken, but I'm not sure yet. It doesn't matter. They're fixed now. And I noticed while we were doing this, though, that I could add more articulation because the pegs and the peg holes were square. So I asked the client, hey, would you want me to do that? And they said, yeah. So now it can do this. Now it can twist. We have a swivel in the forearm and the bicep. Also, I went ahead and I did the same thing on the knees. The knees don't have as much range just due to the sculpt and whatnot, but now we can bend it to the side, swivel like so, and we also have like a slight twist, which I feel like I could probably loosen this one up, but you don't really need that much of a twist, I don't think. It's not anatomically correct. This one's got a little more movement maybe. But yeah, it's the upper really gives you that swivel that we're looking for. And so she could probably sit on Big Daddy's like shoulder way better. So that's awesome. But it took a long time. I mean, it was 8 mods, actually more, because you had both pegs on here. So that's 1, 2, and then peg holes 3, 4, and then times that by 4. So there you go. You're working with 16 freaking slight mods, and then in order to get them to the right tension, since we had to make a square whole circle, we had to go in and use UV. We used UV resin to tighten everything up and fill in those gaps. All right. So now what had happened as well, in order to get access to all these parts, we had to undo the figure, because it's just better to work that way, especially since one of the pieces was stuck inside of here since it broke off. And so now I had to basically just destroy these caps that cover up the screws, which is not uncommon for me to have to do on a figure that has these stupid caps on them that just don't want to come off. So now I went through and I resculpted in some caps, and that's what we're doing. And so what I did was, as I mentioned,
You sure about that?
You
sure about that?
I'm 100% sure. So now I'm just kind of pressing on here. We had lined these with some petroleum jelly before I put the sculpt in. But the hold's pretty good. So I'm carefully kind of going around the ends here. I'm going to work on that a little bit. Hang on. Couldn't get away. There we go. We'll change it up a little bit. Yeah, there we go. All right, let's get back to it. I'm just trying not to like wreck it too much here. It's not going to matter just because this is going to be all covered up by soft goods. So, you know, let's maneuver my goggles here so I don't have to tilt my head so damn hard. They have like several points of articulation in these goggles alone. It's freaking awesome. So, what's the deal with the UV light? You buy one cure resin and suddenly your room or garage looks like a nightclub for action figures. Love it. What's the deal with UV lights? All right. So I'm just kind of carefully, like I said, whenever I'd originally put this on, I blended it in a little too well, I think, around the edges. So I'm essentially having to just kind of loosen that up, and then we can kind of pry it out carefully. And then we'll have to take the bottom part, and we're going to have to cut some of that off so the screw can actually fit in there. I'm trying to see, is this thing sharp enough to fit? Let's see if we can just kind of go around the edge here. Wow, I think that whole looks like that whole piece came off at the top. What the hell? We might have to glue that piece back on. What the heck? I wonder if my sculpt is getting old. Just like me. Yeah, because I remember I I took a piece and I'd put it back on top. And usually it just kind of melds in with it, but it looks like it didn't meld very well. Either way, we'll get it out. Damn, maybe we won't. Man, this one worked really well over here. This one is being stubborn as hell. Huh. I might not have put enough of the jelly in here, or it just decided to really wanted to attach to the sides here somehow. I don't know how. Because if I press on this here, it is in there. Look at that. Usually that stuff could just normally just kind of pop right out. I got to work around this thing here. But either way, we'll have ourselves little caps pretty soon, and hopefully by the end of the day. Damn. It really filled in the seams for us, though. That's good, I guess. I'm trying to just carefully loosen up around the edges. Maybe that's the trick. You have to come in from the top side here. Damn. It is really in there. Did not expect that, actually. We might have to redo this side. It's crazy how hard the stuff like just attached in there. The other one worked exactly like I wanted it to, but this one's just being a punk ass. God. There it goes. Pretty much destroyed what I made. And you can see it's still like the jelly's still in there. Oh, you know what happened? Dude, this is the one that I put the UV resin in. I wonder if it had a weird... I wonder if it just had like a weird reaction, or... I tried to put that in and smooth it out, but I probably should have put more of the resin in and smoothed it out on that edge. Either way, we have to cut some of this down and then we'll smooth it out, so... I don't know. Damn, that sucks. Ultimate Violence lights make the most lit figurines. Ultimate Violence lights! I love that. Alright, let's go ahead and... Since now we've got this crazy piece out... Jeez. With all that work, I mean... God, I could have probably just put a piece of plastic in there and then sculpted just a little bit on the top so it popped out, but... And leaving any of this, like, petroleum jelly in here wouldn't hurt. In fact, it would just probably protect it from any kind of excess wear, which we're not going to get any of that, seeing that it's just going to be a screw that goes in and donezo. All right. So now that actually we've got these pieces out, what I'm probably going to do is... I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. I think what I'll do is I'll put it together and we will, from there, we will see how the screws go in, see how much we have to cut off, and we'll go from there. Let's see if I can get this all off here, because we might have to use some paint. Bloody rich when I file off the handle. Okay, and so whenever I have to put a figure like this back together, I always like to kind of lay it flat. We'll take the back piece here. Actually, we need to make sure that we have the neck. There's a neck peg that goes right there as well, and I want to make sure that we've got that. Let's see. Here's all of our screws. And here we go. Oh yeah, I forgot. It's super weird. Like the head for this thing just plugs in just to a little... Look at this. Look at this peg. Just nothing. On the other end, you got like this ball that it just pops on and it slides on. Really, that's it. All right. So we could probably put that on last. And since this is kind of all loose, maybe it'd be easier to just do it this way. Usually I like to like lay it flat or whatever, but I think since it's so loose due to it being connected by screws, which they're not in yet, make sure we got the right arms on in the front. All right. As our arms are on, we'll kind of have a loose grip here to see if we can't slide that on the bottom there. Let's see if we can get that on. There we go, carefully. All right, that's connected. And then let's go ahead and pop the neck piece in carefully. And you can see everything's like super just loose right now because we don't have any of the screws in. So now we're going to hold this piece tight. And we're going to get our... I don't know if I want to get my... I don't think I'm going to use my magnet for this. I think what I'll use is my little tray from Kai Labs. Oh no, you know what I can do? So the tray, we can actually use this weaker magnet here. We'll put our sculpting pieces over there. See what we can do with those in a minute. So we're going to take our screws here. Drop them on there. Like I said, this is a little magnet piece. Pretty cool. It's like for, I guess it says mobile phone repairs, but you can repair whatever the heck you want with it, really. Okay, so make sure I'm not putting these in incorrectly. We've got 2, 3. I feel like this hole up here in the neck is actually smaller and shorter. So we're going to try that one first. We're going to go and put that in here. We've got our screwdriver off to the side, already ready to go. We'll just kind of lightly put that one in. These all these, the rest of these look the same. I usually try to keep these, you know, where, oop, that went upside down. That's not what we want. Usually try to keep these pretty organized, but, oh my God. What are the odds of it falling in like that twice? Okay, magnet, you're not helping. There we go. It wants to help, you know? It's like a kid holding the flashlight wrong. All right, that's good. I don't think these screws are actually the same size as the ones that were in the arms, so we're just going to kind of lightly put these in, and then we'll use a larger screwdriver. Just kind of lightly put these in here. Hello? There we go. And we'll use our bigger screwdriver here. Nope. We don't want flathead, we want Phillips. Come, Phillips. All right, nice and snug. I don't want to go too snug because these figures are held together with apparently whispers. We also want to make sure that this is the first time I think I've tightened everything completely. Make sure that they're not too tight, because we don't want our repairs that we did on the shoulders to break either. This one here seems to be like it twists a little, but then it like kind of sticks right here, and I don't want, like, our repairs are solid, but I mean, a screw can only hold on to so much, you know what I mean? Wow. All right, let's see. I haven't even tightened this one in really, so I don't want it to be so damn tight that it snaps our repair. Let's see. Man, I don't like that at all. No. Nope, that's too snug. They don't need to be that snug. But I also don't want to, like, leave the screws loose. So let's go ahead and take these out. And I think what we can do is we can actually, I'm thinking I might want to actually Dremel out a little either of the socket, or I could make the peg pieces here smaller. Which this is probably why they broke in the first place. They're too damn tight. The sockets were too tight, and I bet you anything the combo between that and the plastic being really weak, just really, really brittle. Well, that's about right. This figure just will not end, man. God, who designed this thing? Who designed this? I feel like they knew. I feel like they knew. They had to have run, unless there's just like zero QC over there. Don't give it articulation if it's not meant to move, you know? God, ridiculous. All right, what are we looking at here? What are we looking at here? Set this over here. Try to see what we're looking at to get a better idea as to. God, yeah, look, it's just gunked up with freaking like the wash. What did they do to us? What did they do to us? This world's so fucking fucked up. Alright, where's my sanding? No, we're not going to do sanding. We're going to do a burr bit. We're going to do a small burr bit. I don't know what I expected. I thought I was going to finish this thing? What? Really? Alright, nope, that's the wrong one. Where's my guy at? Where you at? There you are. There's our friend. This guy's been our best friend through this entire process. I'd like to take a moment to thank this medium-sized burr bit. Alright, what speed are we at? We're at the lowest speed right now, so that's what we want. I believe this should just fit in here. I think what I want to do first, though, is I want to carefully Dremel away some of this like wash that's just hung on here. Oh, dude, I think You Should Leave is my jam, man. After all these decades of being alive, and I finally get a show and a person and a couple other creators that are like, hey, you know what? We get it. All right, let's sand down these. Just got a little bit in here. And if for any reason these get a little too loose, even after we put the put the screws in, we can God dang, that wanted to jump. Let's go a little faster with this. Do a little sand in here. Come on. Guaranteed like Yoo-hoo. Let's do a little sanding in here. I don't even know what this is. Oh, this is a different engineering for sure. Dremel's really wanting to play around in here today. Alright. Rock crew. Alright. You know what, Miguel? I can't tell you how much I love you using those references. I love it. So we're going to go inside here. We're going to just kind of Dremel around like this so we can at least make sure that we've got a few rotations around. This isn't even around right here. I don't even know what the hell is going on with this thing. Looks like they're like, yep, that's good. Yeah, you know what? That's good enough. Yeah, that's good enough. We'll just go with that. We're a big company. We make a lot of money off of people all the time. Why do these have to be perfect? They don't. They don't have to be perfect. If they break, they'll probably just buy another one. There's not like there's just a guy out there repairing their toys for them. That would be crazy. All right. Respect to the end. Where's my little tool I made? Where's my little tool? Remember him? Remember this little guy? We'd probably actually use this if we have to tighten any of these spots up, you know? I wonder if it's the same, around the same size. Let's see. Open. Thanks. Look at that. It's like the same damn size. Man, come on. Get a job, man. Oh, this is nuts. That's awesome. Can I get... Oh, you know what? I bet you anything now. You know what? I bet you I could test this in here. Well, I say I could test it. It's round, you know what I mean? It rotates the way we want it to, but it's not going to be the same as these guys. We got to be careful. We got to watch the tension. We got to watch the tension on these things. What you going to do with all that tension, Kenny? What you doing all that tension? Let's see, we're loose. I'm loose. That makes me want to listen to a Viagra Boys song. Oh man, Cypress Hill comes on. Never mind. Ooh. Y'all heard? Ooh. All right. Let's see what happens without anything else on. What happens if we tighten these pieces up here, all of them? Is this going to give us the tension we want? We'll keep going. Here we go. Yeah, look at that. It's a little tighter, but I think when we dremeled this out, it definitely did dremel out any of the tension that was actually there before. So we'll just use our UV light and give it the correct amount of tension that we want. And then, yeah. What the hell is this edited? Gross. You can't edit Cypress Hill, dude. What are you doing? Man, you can't be editing that stuff. That's nuts. That's nuts. You can't edit music, man. What the hell are you doing? All right, here we go. Here we go. So explain some of the things I've been fixing for those of you who are watching live on Twitch right now. All right. So yeah, see now. What up, G? My man Spike's in here all pissed off. Everything's right in the world. Man, it's super weird. Like this is... It's like tight right here. And then not. These things are so bothersome. They disappeared the same night. All right. Man, I hate this. This screw right here is wanting to... I think there might be... I can't tell if it's like stripped or if there's something in it. Oh, please, 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 please tell me. I would love... Nothing would make me happier than for these screws to strip out. They use cheap screws as well, and that's about right. Ugh. What's the point? To the function just to fuck shit up. All right. Where's my sandpaper? Low-hanging fruit. We'll take this here. Give my damn neck a break for a second. Ugh. Try not to break the old integrity of the sphere. Don't break the sphere. I'm gonna sand this down a little bit. Because another issue that could have happened here, and if you can see it, which I thought we got rid of these before, but I guess I didn't. You can see maybe there's like a little, there's the indentions from the where I had to grip it while we inserted that eye hook screw. And so I used these wire pliers that have like, you know, these teeth. And so while we're gripping this, it causes these little divots and little imperfections in there. So now we get to fix those too. And normally, now the new normal is I'd probably just cover it with like a little roll of the UV stuff. But just in case it decides it doesn't want to connect evenly, which I haven't had that problem yet. But I'm going to be careful. I don't want to have that problem. I'm going to avoid that problem. How's everybody doing today? Anybody else not spend any money for SDCC because they didn't want to or they couldn't? Cool. What's next? What's next on the docket? What we got here? Ooh! I remember hearing this song on the, was it the first season of True Detective? It's kind of a bop. It's kind of a bop. Grabbed a couple pre-orders. Haven't gotten any exclusives yet. Really only thinking about the clone ETRT. I remember you mentioned that, man. I remember you mentioned that. Bro. So the other day, whenever I was talking about something was coming in and I was hoping I could show it off on the stream, it showed up after the stream, obviously. And oh man. I got I don't know the name of the brand, unfortunately, but you guys have seen these. Here, I'll go full screen with this bad boy, because this, bam! This Donatello came in. NECA who? NECA who? Like this is the only one I was able to get. If this is the only one I'm able to get, then okay. I also bought like these a while back, years ago. I bought these like kind of third party little sewer surfboards. I forget the name of the official name, but it's actually got a light that works on it as well. And the pegs and the peg holes work perfectly. And Dave Wonder was telling me, he goes, I think the company that made those turned into the company that made these figures. If that's true, that's bananas. Because this actually come with the packs came with 2 boards and 2 mousers, and the mousers are like metal. They're dope. It's so cool. And I didn't know this. I don't keep up with anything anymore, but they're like, oh, you get a special secret item or whatever with these turtles, and I guess all of them came with this, but it wasn't advertised. But you get like soft goods. Look at this, man. You got like a pair of soft goods like pants, a trench coat, which is sick. But dude, look at this. Look at this fedora. Look at that. My man Donnie looking so good with a fedora on. Oh, I hope it doesn't fall off. Oh, it can't, because it's got a damn magnet in it. Who even knew about this? This is a stanzo, by the way. This is nice. It doesn't stink. It's nice. It is it's fedorable. Damn. Spike, I think you get a kick out of this one though, man. If anybody's in the market for turtles, I hope you guys can pick these up. I really want to sell a lot of my NECA stuff off. They're done with the license, so now people can actually, complete it if they want. And I'd like to help people complete it if they're missing some stuff. But I'd love to get rid of some of my NECA stuff just to buy those other ones there. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to, since everybody's like the license went to Mattel, so I don't know how things work like that. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's like, because that's why NECA's stopping. That's why Playmates is stopping. It's pretty crazy, but crazy to think of Playmates not making turtles anymore, but also I haven't wanted a Playmates figure in a while. But I'm getting older. Collecting the stuff that's made for kids is kind of, I don't know. I'm an adult collector, I guess. Give me a second. Oh, what we got here? Throwable. Throwable. Sorry. I didn't forget about you. That name is awesome. We need to do a little UV. That's fedorable. I love that emo, by the way. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and try to tighten these up a little bit. Going to add a little dab here. We're not going to need much. I can already tell you, I know they seem like they're loose in there, but keep in mind, they're meant to... I don't like it whenever the tension has to rely on the a screw. It's just... I don't know. It just means that the interior there is really only meant for, in my opinion, like for one, I don't know, I guess for one size, and it throws everything off because it's hard plastic on hard plastic. And so all it takes is just a little bit of wear inside of that and it's toast. You know what I mean? You know, you can't just re-tighten it up. All right, so we're going to just put a little bit in there. Just a little bit, just a little bit. We're going to close this here. Gosh, this is actually this is harder than I expected. Okay, here we go. I think I'm actually going to need to add more. Like, look how loose this arm is right now. This is... Oh, let me zoom out. Sorry. Oh, go away. There we go. So watch this. We can do this here. I think we're going to need to add... Oh, you know what? We can do this. Check this out. So we can add... No, I don't want to do that. Never mind. I was going to see if I could add it a little bit while it was in there. But that doesn't seem like a smart idea. So let's go ahead and add a little more UV. We're going to add a little more UV. Add more UV. We're going to put this all the way around here like we've been doing. Comes the teapot. Be water, my friend. Thank you, Mr. Lee. Great advice. All right, we're going to round this out in here. And you know what? I think I want to get my other flathead out because it's just a little easier to press down and lift up. All right, let's hit this with the UV light. Gonna go all the way around. All right, let's hit it here and here, both sides. Make sure we hit both sides. We'll be right back. Right after this quick little break. Give me just a second. Hey, welcome back. Oh my god. Whoo, sorry. I was trying my best to hurry up, and I'm gonna try to hook up an extra monitor. All right. So we've been cleaning here lately. We've been moving some stuff around, right? Oof. Get adjusted here. Good lord. And I've now got a TV right here. I don't know how I fit this in here, but I did. I was trying to like do the fastest, I guess, organization that we could at the moment. And so now I'm gonna try to plug this in while we're here. We're taking just a small little break from the repair work. Give me a break. All right. So, what is this? Oh yeah. Remote. Got the remote. I just thought of something. I wonder if this thing connects to Wi-Fi. If so, damn. So I could be watching. I could be watching the telly in here. Okay. So now we have this TV here, and I brought in a bag of. Bah! Yeah, it's right in front of me. A bag of HDMI cables. It's not the big screen, but it's just nice. I want to try to move my chat over there so I can actually, if it's a Roku TV, it does have, yes, it is. It says it right there on the side. Cool. Hell yeah. I'm going to use this until Christine needs it back, which won't be for a while, so. All right, let's see. I'm trying to figure out, like, what's going to be. I have to run around the back, and I don't think this is going to be long enough. This is way too short. This is too short. All right. Well, I got plenty of options, especially whenever we'd started streaming and just from before that. Yeah, now was a great time to stop doing that. I don't even know where my water went. I got a bottle down here I keep just in case, so. You, Anthony, Esteban, and Johnny probably have the worst timing on your drinking hydrate moments. However, I say that out of embarrassment because I know damn well that it's already past the time for me to drink, some water. And if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be doing it. I just get upset over stupid things, so I should stop doing that. And I actually don't really get upset. It's just funnier to play it off like I am. It makes you guys want to do it more, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Spike. Anyway, what do I do? Yeah, there it is. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to say? Damn, this one's not gonna be long enough either. This is quite a stretch over here. Okay. I didn't want to do this, but well, we might have to. Oh, Figure Father, you were streaming late last night. That was a late stream, bro. What are you, in your 20s? This is the only time I can stream. All of these are sticking together because of the coating on the wires. Or they're all tangled. They shouldn't be tangled. I make sure to wrap these up. You're going to do another late one tonight? My God, that's crazy, bro. That was crazy. I was like, man. I also was like a little dehydrated yesterday, so I had to go to bed. But I woke up feeling amazing. I remember I was laying in bed last night, and I'm sitting there just laying there. I'm like, God, I just got to feeling so damn nauseous. I was feeling, the nausea was killing me. And I was like, I can't eat. I just got to go to bed. So I went in there, and I laid down, and I drank like probably half or three quarters of my bottle of water that I keep next to the bed. And I remember just laying there. I was like, God, just go away. I hate nausea. It's the worst. And I remember it went away. I remember feeling it go away. And I was like, as I drifted off into happy slumber. And the dogs didn't wake me up at all last night because they were super tired from their vet trip. And I was just like, it's crazy, man. If I get woken up in the middle of the night, like if I have broken sleep, dude, it messes me up so bad. Like I get like this weird nerve pain from like, it's like the base of my brain almost right here. And it goes down the back of my spine into my right shoulder. And it messes me up. Okay, we're going to try to do this, okay? Let's see, we'll go to repair cam. Oh, no, I don't think the repair cam will show. Okay, give me a second. Hang on. I wonder if I can... No. I won't tilt. I don't want to mess with my setup right now. All right, I'm going to... No. Okay, I'm going to try to plug this in. Oh, they're super easy to access. Thank God. There's nothing worse than whenever you get like a TV or whatever and you go to... You're going to go plug something in, right? And it's like the HDMI is, you know, upside down, backwards, on the other side of the world kind of thing. All right, I'm going to try to carefully unravel this thing and bring it all the way over here. Careful, 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 carefully, careful. Okay,
you sure about
we're doing
that?
it.
You sure about that?
I think we made it. We made it across. We made it across. We did it together. We did it as a team. Collectively, we just won. I think these pieces, I stepped on one of these. God dang it. Things are falling all around me. I stepped on one of those little photo things. Those little photo holders. You've seen those plastic photo holders. A lot of us collectors have adopted those into action figure cases, and they work really, really well. But I stepped on one that had pieces in it, but it only had 2 pieces in it, and it was for a job, but the job's already done because I made new pieces. I can almost access everything else too. Oh, Clayton, this is crazy, dude. I found a that post that I showed you, you know, with Fry, the what was it? The prototypes that I'd fixed for that person in the UK a long time ago. I found something that they had given me as a gift whenever they'd sent one of their deals, and check this out. It's actually got a... Check this out. I probably won't hold on. It's got a... I think this is supposed to be a magnet. You know what? You know what? You know what I did? I think I probably attached one of my stronger magnets to this. Let's see. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on a second. Would you hang on? What the hell is that? Is that a cap? Like a cap for a magnet? I don't know where the hell that came from. Anyways, I got these stronger magnets here, and I put it here. So now, you put it on your dashboard when you're turning. Boop, 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 boop. That's the Futurama theme song. I swear I had one of those a million years ago from Loot Crate. Really? Oh, maybe, did it come from Loot Crate? I wouldn't have got this from Loot Crate. I did have Loot Crate for a little bit, but pretty sure if it was ages ago, yeah, a million years ago. Yeah, this, so fun little story. This person in the UK had found out about me, and I want to see if hang on. Let's attach. Oh, cool. I attached it over here to my, hang on. I attached it to my mic stand. This person in the UK found out about me, and they're a giant Futurama. Like, that was their whole thing. Like, they did nothing but Futurama. That's what they collected. And they had prototypes. Here, I actually sent this to my buddy. Sent it to Figure Father here in the chat. But check this out. This was 11 years ago, but you can see here, this is boomer style here. I'll just show you on my phone. But yeah, so you can see like this was all prototype, and then the blue part, the knees, had come from an official like figure, right? And you could see here as well, there's the prototype pieces, and he sent me this as well. So then I put it together for them, and they loved it. Oh my God, Little. Oh, Little, look. I'm about to try it. I stole your TV. You can hear too? Okay, well, hopefully nothing goes crazy here. I'm about to, yeah, I took the TV out of your room so you can have it back whenever we get everything set up. But for right now, I'm about to try it for the first time. I'm about to plug it in, and if everything goes haywire, we will come back. It's plugged in. Okay, hang on. See what happens here. We're doing it live. Oh, this is really cool. You probably didn't notice this, Christine. Check it out, babe. This is really cool. So, like, got Donnie here, right? Oh, that's Leah or Mikey. Got Donnie here. Huh? Look at his purple shorts. Purple. I noticed as well that I have a pair of shorts the color of every Ninja Turtle. So when I wear this, I can literally choose what turtle I want to be that day. Turn on. It's taking a really long time for this TV to turn on. I think this works. Does this works on this TV too, right? Well, maybe it's not. Is there a button on this thing? Does this manually turn on? Can I turn this on manually? Does it have one of those? Well, shoot. I really want... Where's a button at? Is there a button somewhere? I don't know if this remote... The light is on, so that's good sign. How's this fandangled thing work? Well, shoot. It's not turning on. Oh my God. I have batteries right next to me. I only have to get up. Should be a button in the middle underneath on the back. No. Like a square with a round button on the back. Yeah, instead of that, let's try this remote one more time. And then if not, we'll figure it out. If not, on the back corner, okay. Hang on, maybe these, so what I did was I actually swapped out the remote with one with the TV in the living room, because we were having this issue where, like, if I tried to turn on my TV, it would turn Christine's on, and then vice versa. You know, it gets to that point where it's like she wants to turn her TV on, but hers turns on with the PlayStation. But anyway, doesn't matter. Things were just like a mess. And you had to like try to block it or whatever. I even looked up ways to do it to block like the receiver signal, and it's like, nope, not doing that. It's too much. So I swapped controllers, and that one doesn't mess with it. Mother... I thought this worked on this TV. Okay, hang on. I'm going to grab the TV from the living room real quick. I changed out the batteries and everything. I thought it worked on here, but maybe it doesn't. Let's see. Oh man, this worked immediately. Son of a gun. I don't think this one works on this guy. This one, you could tell which one's new. Which one's new? Place your bets. Those batteries actually might be good too, so I'm gonna hang on to those. Well, okay, so that's all right. If I need to use the TV, we know to, swap it out a little bit. Just grab a remote, run in here real quick, do that. Put these off to the side. Actually, you know what? I found a little baggie, which I could put batteries in. Battery bag. And I got AA too. Freaking setup, dude. Christine said it earlier. She's like, oh my God, you're so coordinated. And I'm like, I know. You imagine, Clayton, if Donatello and Michelangelo were like opposite colors? Damn, these have the original batteries in them. Where did I just put those old batteries? I'm going to see if these old batteries work too. Way to go, Siri bot. I can always believe in you. I can always trust you. I can always rely on you. Oh yeah, these batteries do work. Man, junk ass remote. Yeah. I'm going to delete that one. Delete that message. Oh wait, I can't. Can I not do it from the Twitch chat thing? I swear I have no power over here anymore. I blame Spike. Spike just comes in here to yell, and then he just lurks for a while. And he goes watch other channels because he doesn't like me anymore. It's whatever, I don't care. I don't even care about things anymore. Let's see. All right, hang on. We're almost back. I've never done this before, and I especially haven't used it on this here. Oh man, no signal. Uh-oh. Damn. Oh wait. What would help is if it was plugged in all the way. Oh. That kill it? Dude, I saw me go pop, pop, pop. Okay, hang on. No. Oh, God. You know what? It's, for me, I don't know about you guys, man. It's, bite me. LOL, I've been swamped. I was just kidding, dude. Maybe you could make it up to me. Maybe donate some money. Dude, kidding. Fucking kidding. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna mess with you. You're having a bad time, and that's not a good time to mess with a friend. I'm sorry, Spike. That sucks, brother. I'm serious. Let's see. I'm gonna try to. Let's see here. We're gonna go to screen. What is it? This happens every time for me. Every time, like, I go to plug in like an extra screen, it is always, it's like automatically, it's like, yeah, you want it on the left side, right? And I'm like, no, I swear I always need it on the right side. Use as an extended display. Yes. Arrange. Okay, hang on. There we go. I can tell you what's going on. Spike has to deal with a bunch of bullshit daily. Spike is a very hard worker. And I think a lot of us can relate to this. Whenever we put in a mountain of work, just a colossal amount of work, we know what we're doing, And we're the people that more than likely should be the ones that get the promotion or whatever to, you know, at least like have some say in the department that we've been at for plenty of time. But also, we are clearly the best candidate for allowing this place to run smoothly, because we know what we're doing and we've been doing it for a while. And if it's working well, then what's the problem? But instead, we have corporate issues where people are kept in the spot they're in, either out of fear, out of spite, out of you got nepotism, you've got friendships that that all sorts of bullshit. No good reasons. All of these are bad reasons for people who are worthy of more to be kept on the bottom rung, to be kept in the dirt. It's unfair. And I know Spike deals with shit like that. I think we all do. Not kissing ass, yeah. Not kiss, yeah. All the things, man. We all, and a lot of us deal with this stuff. So I know that's one of the things Spike has to deal with, and and he's very busy as well. That's a busy boy. Oh my God! Look at this giant chat over here. It's all chat. Dude, I bet I can move my activity feed over here. Hang on. Oh my God. This is so good. Uh-huh. We'll put that window over here. Oh my God. Chat Maru, baby. Let's go. I'm going to take my Google Chrome. Oh man, I wish my Google Chrome didn't go away when it's over there. Let's see. Hang on. Oh, maybe I can put it to make it small. Put it to the side like this. So now I got my jams over here. Let's see. Hang on. Let's go to OBS. Yeah. All right. And even though I got to look to the left over here, I still got another chat right here. This is my stream chats here. You know what I should probably do? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to move the multi-chat over here. We're going to take the stream chat, pop it out, move it over here to the left side. And while we're thinking of that, let's move this all the way over here. Now I got so much room to deal with. It's crazy. Okay, hang on. Oop. Okay. All right. Multi-streaming's here. This is good. We'll go full screen with this. All right. Liking that. I think the only thing I need over here right now is to change like the brightness on this TV. There's a glare right there, but that's okay. You know what? I'll mess with that later on. I'm very happy with this. Dude, we're gonna look at this. Yeah. Oh. I'm probably starting to sweat. Am I sweating? Oh yeah, look. That's what we call 120% patches right there. Whew. That's what happens when you wear heather gray and you're just a hairy, sweaty beast like myself. All right, let's get to it. That would have been a perfect time for like a giant raid. I'm like, hey, look at this sweat. Hello. Your account has been flagged. Why? All right. Oh, my water was right here the whole time. Actually, what I'll do, we'll go ahead and pour the rest of this water. I just keep an extra bottle in here. You never know. You never know when you're going to get thirsty. Or if you really don't want to get up to, fill up your paint bucket or your water bucket for paint. This is great, dude. Oh, man, I can look to the right now. I can see all that stuff. I need I need to set my camera like there. It's tough because, you know, whenever you're, it's like one of those tips that you got to teach people or teach yourself, really, is when you're streaming, you know, if you're reading that chat, you're like this the whole time. And so if I'm reading this, it's one thing to read it, but it's another thing to, if you're watching yourself talk and you look like this, you need to be up here, you know, talking to your audience. You need to talk to that little camera right there. And it's really funny to watch streamers when they're sitting there and they're talking and they say something and they're like looking at that chat. It's always funny. Already got to head back to work. Have a great stream. Hey, brother, hang in there. Have a great day. Put your Michelangelo on. You know, put your best Mikey on. Be nice to people. People will be nice to you. Cowabunga. Am I right or am I right? My man. Chevy Nova? Alright, let's do it, man. Speaking of Mikey, let's put our orange gloves on. And let's get back to our repair. God, I gotta swing that freaking cursor all the way over here. Also, another big shout out to our man Spike, who's swamped right now, man. Been busy as hell, having to go through like his work and whatnot. Positive vibes. Put them out there in the universe. I'm putting some out there for him right now. So much so that I believe that putting those out there for him are going to translate back here. My man, yeah. Hey, hopefully too, maybe like, you know, and I know I'm the worst at like doing this. I make plans or whatever and just don't follow through with a lot of the stuff that usually on the things that don't matter, you know. That's, if it's big, I'll definitely make sure, you know, to follow through with it. But maybe we can get some gaming on or something, some Fortnite or something like that. I don't know. Just go fuck around, have some fun. Oh my god! Wait, what? Oh my gosh! Here they come. Here come the crows. Man, it's me again. Are you sick of me yet? Are you kidding? What? What the hell did you just say? What did you ask me, Crow? Of course I'm not. You know, it actually brightens my day every time it happens. Oh my god, look. And thank Gemini's in the chat. Say hello, everybody. She's at work right now. She's hanging out. And she can hear me today, which is super cool. Oh, check this out, everybody. I just did this. I just finished this. I gotta put a TV in here. We've been cleaning out Christine's room and whatnot, and we're getting things organized. So I got this TV here. Now you can see I got my YouTubes open. I got my what is this, activity feed. I got a stream chat, and I got another stream chat right here. So if you see me kind of drifting to the side, well, so I got a chat here. So what I got, multi-chat in front of me. I got just the Twitch chat on the side. So we're doing it. And yes, we're still working on the same dang figure. We're getting there, I promise. Ran into some more funny business today with it. As I was going in, I had to fix our little sculpting thing that we did the other day. Shoosh. Have you ever found a good fix for tightening hip joints on Super 7 TMNT Ultimates? Holy roller, you know what? I do now. I damn sure do now. What's up, Josh Barrett? Man, look at all these people just popping in from the... So keep in mind also, I don't know if you guys can see the whole chat or if it's just me, but we are streaming simultaneously on Twitch and on YouTube. So I don't know if you guys can see all that. from Twitch side, or if you could see it all from the YouTube side. I don't know how that looks when you're simultaneously, just Twitch or YouTube for them. Okay, so if you guys hear me talking to somebody, it's because they're in the other channel. I need to, you know what I need to do? I need to put like I guess like the chat up. Would you guys like, do we like that? Do we want that? Do we want to put the chat like over here that's popping up? That way, like, I don't know. I guess it'll save the chat over the video. Yeah? Well, I don't know how to do that right now. I don't know how to do that right now, actually. I've got Firebot open. I wonder if there's a way to, like, do this live. I mean, you guys don't care. You guys are here for the fun anyway. We can learn together. I know Joe does it. Where's Joe? Why isn't Joe here? Probably because it'd be just like overload. If you use Stream Elements, there's a default overlay. So I do use Stream Elements. In fact, Crow, I don't know how to do. I do have Stream Elements. In fact, I'm using it right now. It's the way I'm able to play this music on a separate track, so it doesn't go to the VOD. And then unfortunately, the people on YouTube, they don't get to hear it because YouTube would be like, nope, no, you can't do that. Well, let's take a look. Let's see what we got here. I wonder if can we do this? Like, can I add this live? Stream setup. Browse overlays. Oof. Yeah, if I do that, you're gonna DM me on the Discord? Okay. That's awesome. I periodically check online to see if anyone has ever found a fix for them. The closest I've seen is putting really, really small rubber bands around the joints. No. Okay, so, Holy Roller, what I used to do, and we'll go to here, let's go back. Hang on. What do you have a figure in mind? Like a specific figure you're wanting to probably a lot, but just do you have one in mind? I might have one nearby. I definitely have like I think I have Ace Duck was nearby, but are you wanting like the turtles? And is it their hips? While we're doing this, we're kind of taking a little siesta here. I'm always open to answer questions. Samurai Leo is probably the worst. Okay, so is it the hip joints that you're having the worst time with? I'm trying to figure out hips, yeah. Hang on. Come on. I got so many damn boxes and stuff in the way, man. Cannot wait to get this place cleaned up. It's going to be amazing. Okay. And hang on, Crow. I'll get to you in just a second, too. Thank you so much for helping me out. All right, so here we go. Gosh, look at that. Has he been knocked over? I usually haven't. Oh, you can't see that. Hang on. Bop. All right. So here's the issue we run into with these right here, right? With the Super 7 turtles. I've had to repair a few of these, and they're a pain in the ass just because of how to get to the hips. Normally what you have to do is, it's best you take off the belt, pop the head off if you can, whatever. But what we're going to have to do is, we may not have to go this route, but what I would have to do is you have to take off the shell. So what happens is it actually can, if you've never seen one taken apart, right in here, it actually is secured via adhesive. So you can kind of heat it up and you can pry this out, right? And you take this off, and then I would have to go into the lower torso, maybe the upper torso as well, but generally the lower torso through here, and you got to crack that thing open, and it is a pain in the ass. Once you do that, then you have access to here. You can see there's also, I'm not sure if that'll show up. Let's see. And you know, I mean, figure people, you know, this is weird to anybody else. There's a seam. You can see the plastic seams right there in the crotch, right? And the problem that you run into as well with the Super 7 is how thin the joints are. That's what I had to fix on a figure, was I had to reattach the joint, and it was very thin, but we got it. Anyway, so let me take a look. Hang on. Ugh. Like, I know how to fix this, but I don't like the path that I'm going to have to tell you to take. There's a potentially what we could do is, here's what I've been using lately is UV resin, man. This stuff is, I highly suggest it. I need to find a way to like put a link that goes to YouTube and to Twitch. Anyway, so it's this stuff here. You can get it on Amazon. This is what it looks like, and you get yourself this this as well. This 3 of these bottles and this should cost you about $30 or less. Okay, this stuff is what I've been using this for about a week or 2 now. That's it. And it has saved me countless hours. Countless hours, and tightening joints is what I've been using it on. In fact, one of the ones I did it on, I tightened every single joint on a Revoltech All Might figure. And I've actually built new joint housings with it on this figure here that we're working on. So, potentially, since the light has to hit this might not be the best advice right now. So I'm going to kind of try to walk you through this the best I can. If you're not familiar with like cracking open figures and stuff like that, because I won't lie, to do that on every one of them would be very tough. In fact, let's see. I'll tell you what I'll do. Since mine are kind of loose too, we'll try it right now. Let's see if this works. So I'm going to use my mag glasses. The only issue I could see running into this is, like I said, the light has to hit this stuff in order for it to cure, correct? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to try this live. And if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. And you don't have to worry about messing up your figure. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit on this dotting tool right now, okay? We're going to just put a little... And this stuff can come out pretty damn fast, so you got to be really careful. There we go. We just coated the dotting tool, all right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here. Trying not to block the vision. Okay. Man, I don't know if this dotting tool is going to be too big. Yeah, hang on. Okay, sheesh. So the dotting tool's too big. We need a smaller one, or we need to find a tool that's going to be thin enough that it will go between the hip and the crotch piece here and not touch, not get this stuff everywhere. Because one thing we can do is we can get it on this disc here. That won't be a problem. This is it. This is the way to go. All right, since our disc is connected to the peg piece, right? All right, so what we're going to do, and I'm going to try to set this up for you the best I can here. Let's make sure it doesn't drip on anything else real quick. All right, so I'm going to put on this really thin flathead screwdriver, right? Okay. I don't know if you can see that, or the size of it, probably not, because for some reason it looks really dark. Hang on. I'm trying to move this. Hang on. I'm going to try to brighten it up for you. All right. There we go. Hopefully you can see that a little bit better. Okay, so we have a a little dot on here, which might not show up, but it's not much. And what we're going to do is we're going to go in here, and I'm just going to kind of, it's been applied almost to the disc here, but what I want is I'm going to try to just press this down into that hinge right there, like right where that is connecting. And like I said, this might or might not work. Like I said, the UV has to touch it in order for it to, for it to cure. All right, so I'm going to try to figure out how to try to bend this piece. We want to go all the way around, right? All right. So normally what I would want is to crack this whole thing open, apply it, then go all the way around inside, and then we would have no problem gaining access to it. All right, so we're going to hit this here. Hopefully we can get it from every side. Maybe we can bring the hinge down here, and maybe that'll catch right here. If not, then what we'll do is we're going to turn this to the side here. And like I said, I'm not sure how well this is going to work compared to actually cracking it open and applying it to the entire peg piece. That's really where we want it, because now if it's got inside, it might just sit there and not cure. And I don't think this stuff cures by itself. You know what I mean? It's UV. Yeah. So that actually did work. It's not super tight, but I also used a very small amount, right? I used a very small amount in here. And you can feel, you'll be able to feel the tension on there. It's like this kind of, it's a good feeling. It's got this like, it's like a grip almost. Like you've got this grip feeling that's going on there, because this UV stuff, it has this, I don't know, I don't want to say sticky, but it has like a grip to it, almost like a rubbery kind of grip, which is really, really nice, especially in these, for these joints. And it's not like it sticks and then it moves. It's just constantly like, I don't know. It's very satisfying as far as like the repairs go. It has like a, I don't know. It's like a perfect tension. Something that I have been missing in a lot of repairs over the years in figures. So I'm going to do it on this one as well. Like I said, we're just going to go. Now keep in mind also, this stuff cures pretty glossy. So, you want to be careful where it goes. And if you got too much somewhere, or if you dab somewhere where it wasn't supposed to, you can simply grab a piece of paper towel and just kind of soak that up. Okay, so we've attached it here. We're going to go all the way around like we did a minute ago with the other leg, right? We've gone all the way around. And this one kind of sticks out a little bit more, I want to say, than this one. Okay, so let's hit it with we've went all the way around maybe twice, maybe 3 times. Let's hit it with the UV again. Okay. We're going to try to hit it from, we can definitely go, we can hit it with the light from the front, from the side, and maybe from this corner here. And then we want to bend the leg down. Try to come in from the side here. Oh my God. Miss Kitty Bitty! What's going on, cat? Okay, and then we're going to move this one more time. We're going to hit the light on the side here. Let's see if I can't get this to grip here. From this angle too. And this is just like the most, the least invasive way I could see doing this without having to crack the figure open if you're not comfortable doing that. Like I said, it can be a real pain. And even once you start cracking into this plastic, it's not guaranteed it's going to go all the way. I had to mangle one of these, and somehow I heated it up enough to get the plastic completely seamed closing. Like seamless. It was amazing. I was blown away. But now we have way more tension than we did before. It's not as tight as you would want it to be, I imagine, but it's going to be one of those things where it's like, you know, you can hold on to the, let's see if we can hold on to the leg, you know, and he won't fall forward, you know, so we're just holding the leg and he's not, you know, bending forward like so. We can even bend him back up just to show you. Bend him down, bend him back up. Let's keep him in the middle there. And so it stays. So this definitely works. It's not super tighter, but it's enough to like, you can feel a difference. And what you can do now is you can always go back in again and again and again. This stuff's going to run you like, and if you want, you can, if you're on Instagram or, yeah, mainly Instagram, if you want, you can message me at Bill Maru Toychanics, no space on there, and I can link you to it. I admittedly, it will be like a what do they call them? Like an associate. What do they call them? Affiliate link. So if you do buy it, I think I have a chance to get like money for it. If you want, if not, don't worry about it. You can look for it yourself. Again, if you don't want to go through all that. These are the ones here that my buddy's. He's in the chat right now. Casting Cave. No, I'm not repairing a Super 7. Somebody in the chat, Holy Roller 12, asked about if I'd found a way to tighten Super 7 joints. And I immediately, you know where I went. I thought, let's try the UV resin. You know what I mean? Let's see. And sure enough, without even cracking the thing open, we were able to get a little bit of that. We're still able to get a little more tension in that joint. So that's pretty cool. Man, I want to build a drawer on the bottom of this table that can slide out and slide back in. God, I would love that. Y'all just be safe with the UV resin. Spike, could you elaborate on that? Because now I feel like I need to be putting up a disclaimer. Now, I also always wear gloves, and I only do a little bit at a time. But our man Spike here in the chat says, y'all just be safe with the UV resin. I definitely want to know, I need you to elaborate on that, because if there is something that I need to be telling people whenever I'm suggesting this, then I want to do that, because for years I've been doing these repairs and I wasn't wearing gloves. Just a really terrible role model. Terrible example. PPE and standard shit. Okay, yeah. You definitely want to always get yourself some gloves, man. They don't cost a lot. If you can afford figures, you can damn sure afford gloves. If I can afford gloves, that's all I can afford. But that's okay. And I spend my money on those gloves. Okay? So get yourself some of them. Get yourself some gloves. Get yourself some of that UV. And go to town with it. Always be safe. Always be safe. Yeah. Yeah, and it is a shame, Corey, that these fucking things have these awful old school... These old school Toy Biz hips. This is old school tech. I'm pretty sure I could find, if I have one in there, I bet I do, an old Toy Biz figure that has the same damn stuff. Yep, there you go. Casting Cave said it best. All resins are hyperallergenic. So just like super glue, the more you expose your skin to that stuff, the more you'll have a chance of developing an allergy. And this is true. This happened to me with super glue. So always wear gloves. You're not invincible. I cannot stress it enough. You're invincible until you're not, right? If I would have known back then that was a thing, and I didn't know. Sometimes you just don't know. And G.I. Joe always said, knowing's half the battle, right? I probably should have this damn light on the whole time, huh? I'm seeing... So, here's another thing that we're doing. We're tightening up this damn figure. I was working on a... Corey, I actually did your old technique. I was showing them last time how we could make new caps. And you know what I'm talking about. These damn caps for the back of these... What is it? 3-0 figures or whatnot. And I had to pretty much destroy these things to get the screws out, right? And I was like, well, one thing we can do is we can always sculpt new caps, right? No problem. So I actually laced it with like petroleum jelly in here and whatnot, and we fit our sculpt inside. This one worked out really, really well, actually, right here. This guy. I smoothed it out a little too much on the top, though. So whenever I did that, it kind of it blended in too well. So I had to kind of go around the top edge and whatnot to get it out. I'm not putting it on right now, but this one gave me hell because I dremeled a hole through, I guess, whenever I was trying to remove that piece. And I noticed it last time. So what I did was I took some UV resin just to kind of cover it up, whatever. And then whenever I popped the sculpt in, I guess it caught on there. So trying to get it out, I kind of mangled it a little bit, but I think we can still utilize it. And I think it's just because it's so old, because I used it as soon as I, mixed it. But this piece right here and this piece right here are like two separate pieces because I guess this separated from it. I'm pretty sure I added this on top of it to try to mix it in, but it didn't like completely, I guess, get covered in. He's just giving away all the secrets outside of Discord call. Okay, I need to check my Discord, speaking of, real quick, because I know Crow sent me a I guess a little tutorial. We got some bidets from this kid A earlier. How was everybody's weekend? Did we have a good one? I hope it was a good one. I hope everybody had a good one. For on-screen chat, do stream elements, overlays, new overlay, then click the plus sign at the bottom of the page and select stream tools. All right. Let's see what happens here. Add it as a browser source in OBS like any other overlay. Okay. All right. Let's see if we can do this live real quick. So let's go to... I'm trying to see if I can add the chat for everybody. Bruh, it's Thursday. You are right. My God, Spike. You're right. What a week it's been. Who's excited for the weekend? I asked that with all sincerity, by the way. We got another one coming around now. You are not kidding. Wow. Here we are, right? Look at us. Who would have thought? So close to the weekend again. Let me see. I'm going to try the stream elements overlays. Let's see if we can knock this out here. Let's see. Stream elements. I don't have the option for that, but I've got browse overlays. Let's see what this does. Oh, brought it up on this side over here. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, man. It's been a week. Like I said, I got kind of dehydrated yesterday as well, so I went to bed around 7. And I'm probably still just trying to... I haven't streamed since Monday. And I've been wanting to stream more, and last week I did all... I don't know, I don't have like a really good schedule right now due to everything, going on. Okay, so here we go. Let's see. We got to create new overlay. Okay. I'm just kind of doing all this live right now while you guys are here. Hopefully that answered some questions there a minute ago for the tightening of those joints. It's all I've been doing. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Welcome to your overlay editor. This is definitely something I should probably not be doing on... Oh, here we go. Your stream's chat. You're chatting real time. This might work. We might actually be able to get this done. Damn, that's like really, really... Holy hell. How do we do this? Where do I put it? Off to the side? Maybe? I guess we'll put it off to the left side. What do you think? Does that work for everybody? I'm trying to take a look at, like, what do we got here? Emulate. Show messages permanently. I wonder if we could drop the opacity on this too. Position, size, and style. Under my head? You want it under my head? It goes under my head? Okay. Okay. That's actually a pretty good idea. I'm trying to make sure that it's going to be the right spot here. Oh no, where'd it go? Why'd it do that? What's it doing? Why did it do that? I had it perfect. Oh God. I'm like changing it and it's just going, it's doing whatever the hell it wants. It's fucking crazy. Alright, let's see what we can do with it then. Let's play with it. I've been having hell today with, oh my God, there it went again. Yeah, just, you can, here, we'll make it, so I made it longer and then it was like, yeah, we'll just make it, whatever, it's just doing whatever shape it wants to do. Son of a bitch. I had it like here and I was like, oh, you know what, I'll just shrink it a little bit. And I was like, you want it to be really thin? I'm like, no. Well. We had it. It was pretty good. I liked where it was a minute ago. But now it's just a damn mess. It feels like it's like one of those things where it's stuck on where it's keeping the ratio and whatnot. What is it? Let me take off my gloves. I'm gonna take my gloves off. Okay, so maybe we can keep it. Trying to see where. I wonder if you can like adjust this on the fly, or if this is like one of those things where it's like, no, this is where it's gonna stay. All right, how about we do this? Click here. Let's change just the height, not the width. Oh, is that what was going on? I think since I was grabbing it with like the kind of the mouse tool or whatever, that it was having a little freak out. Okay, I think I got it. Okay, let's say, oh, have unnamed overlay. Let's do this. We're gonna call this chat on screen because I'm so clever like that. Save. I just know it's going to be really like super wide or something like that. That's okay. All right, so now we can get our link. We're going to copy the link. We're going to go over here and we're going to go ahead and add a browser source. Whoa. OBS is updated to some cool stuff. What is all this? What the this is awesome. Dude. Okay. Sorry. That threw me off. I don't want recently created. We're going to do a browser source. Add new browser. We're going to put on our URL here. And, oh, the width is different. Hang tight. I think we just did 1080 on this one. Let's hang on just a second. Give me a second. Make sure the resolution's right. Settings. Let me make sure I've got the right size. I thought I put it in at 1080 res, but I can't see a size on it. Can I just move this wherever I want it to be? Let's see. Hang on. I'm going to see if this works. If not, we can change it. Width. Let's try width. We did. Let's see if this will cut it off. If not, then we can try something else. 645. Okay. It should be up right now. It's not, so hang tight. Properties. URL. Oh, its width is crazy. 1920. We'll do 1920 by 1080. How about that? Pop. Oh, look, there it is. There it is. Why is it? What the hell? Hang on, that looks funky. Hang tight. Let's see what we can do here. Width. I have it on 419 out of 645. Let's see. Why is it changing it up like that so much? Okay, hang on. Hang on. We're going to try it one more time. Browser. Add browser. Post that in. And the size of it is, let's just try it. Let's just try it regularly. 1920 by 1080. Yeah. Okay. Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. It's almost the right size, too. Let's see. What do we see on there? What are we seeing? Looks freaking tiny as hell, though, doesn't it? Hang on. Let's see if we can't change the... I don't know. How's that look? I don't know how that's going to look. It's probably hella small, huh? Let's go big. Let's see if we can go maybe 20. Let me see if I save this. If I refresh this, I wonder what happens. Okay, that refreshes. Bigger font. Dude, okay. And, which that means we could actually probably make the height just a little bit higher. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, you can move up, dude. Hang on. So we could probably change the width too. Actually, you know, let me see. What's the width on this guy here? I've got it tampered with. Let's see. Save. Browser. Refresh. Okay. We're almost there. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. Okay, hang on. Oh, higher. Come on. Pop, 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 pop. Let's go 680. How about that? I think we can knock this pretty perfect if we give just a little bit more. All right, save. So close. Refresh. Okay. Man, my width is so far off. It just really, we really need to crank that. What if we go to 500, I wonder? Oh, it's because you actually have to move this thing manually. I wish you guys could see. I guess I could have shared my screen, but that'd been kind of crazy to do that. Okay. I do like how user-friendly this is, though. Pop up. Scroll down. Refresh. Okay. So close, dude. This is crazy. I thought I went to 500 here. Pop, 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 pop. Let's go 720. Move this over. Yeah. Okay. I'm excited once this is done. Okay. Oh, now it's too big. Damn it. It's because I wasn't moving it over. I bet I had that thing perfect. Okay. Ooh, 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 ooh. Trying to use the damn touchpad on these Macs is sometimes it's great and sometimes not so great. That looks pretty good. Okay. Okay. I think we got it. I don't know what it's pulling from, though. As far as like chat goes, I don't know if it's pulling from I think that's what Crow was saying, that they didn't know if it pulled from both chats or just one. It's hard for me to even tell. So, I can zoom in. Hang on. So Holy Roller is on there. It's a lot tighter. Holy Roller. And then Think Gemini had said some stuff as well. And I don't see those popping up at all. In fact, looks like I only see like the YouTube stuff. That's interesting. Yeah, Spike just did emotes. I don't see it pulling from those. That's weird that it would. What's crazy is that it pulls from the YouTube and not the Twitch. You would think that the Twitch would be the one. Let's see. Let's take a look. Settings, text settings. It said it's supposed to pull my chat, so I see YouTube chat. Yeah, so I see the YouTube chat and I don't see the Twitch chat. I wonder, let's see. Let's go to the Googs. Stream elements. Show Twitch and YouTube chat at the same time? Using their multi-chat feature. Yeah, that's what I'm doing, but it's like, yeah, actually, that's funny. I'm actually using the multi-chat through Stream Elements. So, can I pull? Let me see. Labels, goal session data, settings. This isn't what I want to see. Your stream's chat. I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's almost like I can't figure out how to grab or like how to choose what's being shown, I guess. And it was like, yeah, you want to use the chat? Yes, definitely want that. I'm not doing Google AI. I'm actually going through Stream Elements. I got to go through all of that AI BS to get to the good stuff. But yeah, I'm even in Stream Elements doing this. So let's see if I can edit it from right here. Hang on. Let me close this out. Close, edit. So the YouTube's working, which is interesting. Okay. Double click this. Nope. Don't have to change the name. Thanks. Settings. Show messages permanently. Yeah, messages fade after 30 seconds. Delayed by 2 seconds. Well, what happens if I click on it? What happens here? Okay, hang on. Give me just a second. I'll be right back. Hang on. Well, after doing a little research, apparently, if you show a YouTube like chat on Twitch, that's against the terms of service. So it's kind of funny that that's the one it chose to show, but yeesh. So I guess I can't do that. I mean, I guess I could show the Twitch chat, but the weirdest thing is that it chose to show the YouTube chat. That's not the one I want. I want the Twitch chat. But either way, I went to Reddit and that's what it was saying. I was like, oh, well, that's not good. We don't want to do that. That's definitely not what I'm out to do. So I'm not sure how to figure out where to pull that from. You know what I mean? So I'm actually gonna go ahead and we'll leave it alone. So right now I can't. That's crazy though. Yeah, all you can do. What is this game? Why is it telling me what game? I don't want the game. You could choose your resolution, and then when you go to edit it, it's like just says your streams chat. People do both chats all the time. Really? Because man, it said like it's against Twitch's terms of service. Maybe as long as like Twitch is being shown too. I don't know. I was also on the phone, so how far, like how long ago was this? Was a year ago. But yeah. But I was like, yeah, all I need this to do is pull from the multi-chat that we have on here would be great. But I guess it's just something I'll have to kind of play around with and take a look at later. But yeah, I mean, technically it worked fairly easily. But oh well. I'll take a look at it later on and we'll see what we can figure out with that. But it's also really nice to know that I can do all that stuff kind of on the fly. I really like that. It's pretty cool. Yeah, because I wish you could just like click on like the chat itself and be like, hey, just drop it in there and be like, here you go. Well, within reason. I want you seeing I don't want you to see all my secret messages. There's no secret messages. Neck's starting to tighten up, and I hate that. I haven't gotten enough done. I haven't gotten anything done. We haven't gotten anything done today. I guess we made some friends along the way. You know? Oh, yeah, because shocker, we ran into more freaking issues with this freaking figure, man. Yeah, and if I tighten this thing up anymore, this is gonna... we're gonna have to figure this out. Golly. This UV resin's awesome, man. Maybe if we were to sand this down just a tad, we can get this perfect tension. Because this figure has been one of those jobs where you take it on and it just keeps on going. Shadow, what's up, man? How you doing? Glad to see you. Is it right in front of me? Yeah, it is right in front of me. Hang on. For those of you who do not know, go check out Shadow Moses 112 on Instagram. This is my favorite of the stickers, by the way, for obvious reasons. Dude does some freaking crazy awesome props, man. I think I actually have some nearby. Hang on. They wonder why I never get anything done, and this is why. Because I get distracted easy. Yeah, there she is. Just for those of you who don't know, if you're not familiar with what awesome looks like, I'll show you real quick. It's probably just any excuse, honestly, to not like work on that thing anymore for another year. A little something that our dude Shadow made. Simple, elegant, perfect. You know, we've always seen, if you know, you know where you've seen these fellas at before. And then when it comes down to it, where you've seen them before. Careful, careful. Hang on, I gotta make sure the whole package is like, we gotta set it up properly. There we go. There's the sugar. There it is. So check this out, man. For those of you who haven't seen this before, oh my God. This is a nice little surprise that came my way. Freaking 1/12 point blank arcade cabinet. And you're probably like, "Wow, that's cool and all, man," but like, where are the guns at? Like, isn't that a light gun shooter? You're right, it is. Look at that. Got little 3D printed guns. You got these sick wires that are right here. By the way, these are really sturdy wires. These are great. You pop your little guns in there. It works better when it's standing up. or these are facing the right way. There we go. Look at that. Put your stuff in there. This in here. And then you got your light gun shooter. And you're like, oh man, but that doesn't look like they're even playing the game because that's just the loading screen, right? That's just the title screen. Well, guess what? My dude thought of that. All you got to do, pop it out. Which these are awesome, by the way. Look at this. He always puts like a nice little 3D printed or whatever, like frame on the back. So you're not bending them or breaking them. Bam, you got this. And just in case that wasn't enough, this thing lights up. You put your you got your LEDs in here. It'll light up the screen for you. Once again, Shadow Moses 12. Hit him up. Go check out his cool stuff. Because he's always doing cool stuff. Right now, my other one's blocked, but I've got a 4-player Turtles in Time over there as well. But it's blocked off right now because we just, as we saw earlier, we just put up the new TV today. Well, not new TV, but it's new to this room, and that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's what our dude Shadow does. I do repairs every now and then for him. He's the one that I repaired the that crazy Storm Collectibles Scorpion for. The one that I had you guys freaking praying that it made it to him, because all of a sudden that's the one that's like, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna track the tracking. We're not gonna update that tracking at all. I'm like, out of all of the jobs, I guess it would have been even worse. Well, had it not got there, that would have been an absolute bloody nightmare. But if it would have been a new client, they would have been freaking out. No Shadow, he kept us cool. He kept us cool while I was over here losing my mind. All right. But it made it there. And that's what matters. All right. Let's get back to this. Little Nightmare. Oh, I mean, Little Sister. How did I mess that one up? All right, let's make sure we're... I like when people like Nolan show up and they're like, "You're still working on that figure?" I'm like, dude, of course I am. How did this thing get turned around? My Dremel's all confuzzled now. All right, there we go. All right, so now we gotta find that, like, we gotta find the Goldilocks, what I call it, the Goldilocks tension. It's gotta be just right. And currently, when we added the UV resin, it's just a little too tight, a little too snug right now. So we're gonna see if we can't go in. Barely. Sand just a little bit down. And we test. And what I do is I try to grip here at the neck and then also tighter here. So I'm pressing forward here, pressing here, as tight as I can, really, to see what it's going to be like when we put in those, you know, the screws. It gives us an idea, but I really want to test it out with... Let's see if one of these screwdrivers will work better. I don't want to use that the same one I've been using. The bigger one, I just feel like it's a little too large. And I really do not want to, if I strip these screws out, I don't really have a replacement for them. And that would suck. I think that's the neck. Yep, okay. So we do it we just do one at a time. But you got to put all 4 of these in, because if not all 4 of them are in, you're not going to get an accurate read. So that's the only one that's different, though, is that top screw. After that, we can put all the rest of them in. Actually, let's see which one we've been using here. These have like, I don't know, like something in them. Maybe it's because I had to Dremel in. Maybe I caught them with the Dremel. I don't know. Okay. All right, so that gives us a good idea as to the tension as to what we have right now. Let's see how this works. I'm gonna see if it. What I really don't need to happen is for this to like catch, because right now it feels like if this caught, it's gonna snap that repair we've done. For some reason, the tension is like perfect, like right up to. We only have like a 15 degree, maybe a 10 degree window, and then it just gets caught. Ugh, God, this is the most annoying thing. This is absolutely the most frustrating thing generally that can happen whenever you're messing with one of these, because you can see how long each test takes. You got to undo all the screws, take it all out, and then we'll do it again. Taking them all out, then we'll do it again. And the worst part is like, even once you get this thing to move again, it's going to be too loose. I can already tell you that once we do get this thing where it's able to rotate all the way around, it's going to be too loose. And so we'll have to go back in and we'll have to do it all again until we finally get this thing to the tension we want. That's the nature. Man, I can only think though, like right now is whenever I used to have to use when I used to have to do this with super glue. My God, the amount of time this would. Ugh. Let's see. So it fits really well right there, but I feel like even like looking at it, it looks like it's too snug. I don't know. Let's take a check. Let's take a look. Even after sanding it down, you know. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Dremel noises. Whoops. All right, I'm moving too quick to do warnings. And so, see, here we go. But let's double check, because a minute ago it felt like, you know, oh, that's a good tension, but let's see. Let's tighten this up again. Put this in. And that'll tighten off this area right here. I think that's good enough actually at this point. Let's see. And so you'll see now, look what I tell you. It's going to be too loose, and then it gets to this one spot over here that's a little tighter. All right. But that's okay. As long as the tension starts staying the same all the way around, which is probably what's happening right now, is whenever we're putting the UV resin on these parts and we're spinning that around in there, right? Well, what's happening is, you see, there's like these little perforations in here, and it's probably catching on some of that, and it's not giving us like, you know, even coating. And so that's what we're trying to get to at this point. And that's probably why it's catching on these things. I'm trying to figure out like if there's a way to fill these in. I mean, I guess you could actually fill those in, those little slots there, with resin. But then it's going to add weight and all sorts of stuff. I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that. That's I think if I have to go through like 2 more of these, like little sessions, then I'd be like, okay, maybe. Because now it's, now it's just eating time. So let's put another dab on here. And we'll use a smaller side. We're going to go all the way around again. But again, this isn't one of those things that you want to rush, and you can't rush, because if you do, let's say if we would have just tried to, put this in and you send it off or whatever, well, for me, send it off. A guy gets it and it's like, oh yeah, that was too much tension, dude. It broke. It ripped, You don't want it to do that. Okay. All the way around, side to side. Because this has a lot of, I don't know, I guess not a lot, but there's just a good amount of range, really, that's allows it to move forward and backwards, but it's only one piece, right? There's only there's one section in here. We've got one socket and just the one peg, so there's no extra articulation points, thankfully. Let's see, where did I put my flashlight? Let's try it again. Here we go. And it's one of those things where it's like, I want to make sure that everything works out the way we want it to, because we don't want any extra, we don't want this thing getting caught, like I said, and it twisting off the repairs that we had to do. Because keep in mind, we did have to put those screws on the inside of these to reconnect them. That's why this is being such a pain. Because we have to find that perfect tension to where it'll go all the way around. If you had measurements, I could try. Man, I appreciate it. The problem with these is like they connect here, and they're a very specific. They are such a specific color. It's this weird, like dead, like skin color. I don't know if we'll even see the shoulders because of the dress, but that right there. It's so unbelievably frustrating. Whenever you get like just a little bit and you're like, oh yeah, this is good. And then it catches. If it catches anywhere, if it catches anywhere, it's not good. It's not going to work. I'm going to go back to the drawing board. Not sure where the problem is though right now. It's very frustrating though. I know that. It's like you gotta sand it out, reapply, try it again. Sand it, try it, reapply.
That is so fucking good.
Alright, let's see where we're at now. So I did a little light sanding again. It's the what always makes me nervous is when you're moving it and you feel like there's a part that's more loose than any other section. That's how you know. That's how you know it's like it's not going to work, because there's something in here. Something in here is not perfect. Something's either not rounded right, or something is just slightly oblong, or it's hard to figure out where that is. And then again, it's such a tedious job, because once again, in order to know how this is actually going to work properly, once again, you got to put all of these screws, not all of them at least. I was saying earlier, I think I said all of them. You really need to put, as far as like testing this arm out, you got to put the, I would say the neck, and at least the one that's under. That way now we've got essentially the two touch points here that are gonna connecting points essentially. The tension is starting to feel more even, but it's still just really loose. So back out and do it again. It's one of those things where you really start contemplating. You're like, this probably wasn't this started out as a pretty good stream repair, and then it turned into one of those things where it's like, man, is this just boring? Is it the same damn thing over and over and over and over and over again? It's pretty rough. maybe it's just my thoughts when I'm sitting here trying to think and talk, and I'm like, man, I feel like I've said the same thing.
Losing his mind.
A little bit.
And I'm reaping all the benefits.
That's how it works. It's a little frustrating. It's worth the $3 an hour. Alright. Really need to make sure this coats it completely though. And it's also wild because like you put this in here, right? And it feels like sometimes you'll get it and you're like, damn, it's like super loose because it's essentially lubricated for the moment because the UV hasn't cured. So you're like, oh yeah, it's moving pretty well. Or sometimes it feels too loose. And it's because you got that wet lube in there. All right, let's see. And I can't help but think it's these perforated sections that are doing this. I said, it's just the one thing that, like, the last thing I want, you know, I can't send this off without feeling good about it, you know. A lot of times whenever I put this much work into one figure or one break or whatever, one repair, it's, oh man, it's hard. Whenever I send it off, I'm like, man, I had to go through way too much on that one. Like, I just don't know if it's gonna, I don't know. You're always nervous something's gonna not hold up, you know. And now it's so tight that it won't move. Ugh. God damn. This job has turned into a royal pain in the ass. Straight up. Gosh, damn. It's like it's weird too, because like you can hold it and I'm like, oh yeah, this is the exact tension I want. But then I put the screws in and it's like, nope. So it's almost like you can't I don't know. I don't know how to say. I don't know what I'm trying to say on that point. It's like it's misleading, I guess. You kind of grip it like, you know, just with the tension of your hands. You're like, okay, well, I think that's good. And then you put the screws in there, and it's like, nah, just kidding. Just kidding. It's like that, dude. Straight up. I think the worst part about it is like, you know, after this one, it's like there's another one, and you're just like, let that please let that other one just be better. Let that one be easier. Let's see. So I sanded down the actual our peg this time. Okay. Let's see what happens here. Because it also another thing that you have to test is like will it rotate forward and backwards? That's another fun one. Sometimes that'll happen. It'll go one way and then you try to go the other way and it's like it stops. Okay, so that feels good. Let's see. Just in case, I want to see what happens if I put every one of the screws in now. I know we don't have the other arm or anything in, but let's just see. Okay. It's the tension is even all the way through, but it's too loose for me to like send it back. You know what I mean? If this was my personal one, I'd be like, yeah, I think that's all right. I think I could probably deal with that. But I think that's all right doesn't fly whenever, you know, you're getting paid to do it. But we're close. Well, I say close until like we do it again and it, you know, we run this stuff through here. And it changes the whole dynamic of it. But what we can do, maybe, is add the smallest layer, thinnest layer, and we'll see what happens. But it was also, it's nice to know that like with all the screws in, it didn't seem to change anything compared to just the two. So I'm glad that that was a yeah. Integrity? What is that? Can you imagine me just sending that off, be like, hey, hopefully it stays together. If not, what do you mean, Just a tiny bit. The tiniest bit. Alright, let's see what happens here. I need it to go all the way around, though. Definitely want it to go all the way around. I'm going to have to use, like, the small, like, just, this is going to be, like, tiny layer after tiny layer after tiny layer, because I do not want to add too much and then redo everything that we've already accomplished here. I think we've accomplished something. I do appreciate the fact though that like it's fast to dry, because man, the worst was back in the day like utilizing super glue for this kind of thing, and you think you've not you know knocked it out if everything feels good, and let's just say you didn't mess with it long, or you didn't check it enough to make sure that it had cured. You leave it, come back the next day and it's locked, and it's like, oh my god. So many hip tightenings that happen with. Okay. Nervous because it feels like when the tension feels like decent and it's the screws aren't in yet, I'm like, oh god, do we do too much? That was the smallest, that was the tiniest layer. Oh, God. It's just killing me right now to do this. Come on. Like, the repair is really solid, but... I just, anything can go wrong. So much can go wrong in these tiny pieces, especially with, like, plastic this... God, I keep getting this thing. This, like... It's, like, not bad. I don't know what it was like before, but... It's like good, and then all of a sudden, it catches a spot, like this weird anomaly, and I'm like, nope, like that's too loose. That's too loose. It sucks. Man, I have no idea how many sessions this thing's gonna take. Honestly, it's been like already like 20. It feels like so many. Make sure I didn't just like lose a screw. Oh, there they are. Okay. Yeah, for some reason I cannot just get this thing to like even out. See if we put our little tool that we made in here. What happens here? Man. I honestly thought today we were gonna be we're gonna hop in here, do the screw caps there and be done. But Jesus. This thing turned into a whole other thing, huh? I just really hate that there's like not consistency in the rotation. That drives me absolutely crazy. Especially with as much care that I've put into this damn thing, much time. There's just something that's loose around the spot. I don't know. It's driving me nuts. Wonder what happens if we were to take our dotting tool here, and instead of going back in like we've been doing, because usually what it does is that gives you that even coating all the way around inside and whatnot. But I wonder if I was to just put it on just the peg itself. What worries me about doing something like that is like I feel like I don't trust myself to like have it completely evenly coated, and it's going to be like lumpy or something like that. I guess you can always sand it. You talk about kids like that. I don't even know what I said. Completely forgot what I said. That's probably not good. Let's see. I wonder if it's not the inside or if it's this outside here. Let's see what happened. Let's see if this worked. That's all we can do is trial and error until it works. Or until you chuck it into outer space. Whichever one. Whichever one comes first. There's our screw. Go ahead and weird. Huh. Huh. Okay. God dang it, dude. It's the parts that catch. I don't understand. I've went all the way around this damn thing several times, and it's just catching at different spots. Or maybe it's the same spots and I'm just like not hitting the oh, you put the work in, it's still not right. Yep, that's it. Well, Tell you what, I'm going to call it here. I'm going to go get something to eat because I'm going to get hangry in a minute. I know I am. And I'll just have to revisit this and we'll just keep on going. That's what we got to do. But yeah, I am starving right now. I didn't think it would take that long. I thought we'd be knocking that thing out, but it's giving us hell. That's how it works. Thanks everybody for showing up today. Appreciate you. Sorry we didn't get more done, but hopefully something got taught. Maybe patience. I think there's a little bit of that in there. Nothing got re-broke, so that's a really, really good thing. But yeah, remember, the impossible just takes a little longer. Obviously, we'll catch you next time, and take care of each other out there. Remember that, okay?